It's gone 12 o'clock, I can have a beer. Welcome back to Runaway, Dream of the Turtle. Previously we picked up some rancid butter, because apparently Brian's a fucking weirdo. I think I missed... so very well hidden round here.
Not
is
very
actually
tempted by the idea of chit-chatting with more military types. But if I have no other choice...
I mean, we've exhausted basically everything else, so I guess this is what we have to do now.
Huh. This guy's reading. I hope that good habit makes him act nicer than his cohorts.
Ugh, literacy.
Hello there.
Marine Zachariah O'Connor, at your orders, sir.
What do you mean, at my orders?
Pardon my indiscretion, sir, but I know a superior officer when I see one. Even if he's disguised in plain clothes, sir.
Jeez, how funny. Why do you think that?
Because you wear flashy colors to draw attention to yourself, sir. And that is precisely what nobody would expect of a soldier going incognito, sir. If you allow me to make a remark, I believe that was a very intelligent idea, sir.
Well, if you say so. By the way, you could try not to yell when you're talking.
Impossible, sir. I'm hard of hearing, and if I don't speak up, I run the risk of not knowing what the devil I'm saying, sir.
Okay.
Let's see. What do I say to him now?
Soldier O'Connor.
Sir, yes, sir.
Oh god. For a moment there I thought we were going to have some relatively interesting characterization, maybe actually have like a well-read and generally nice soldier. No, just flat standard template for American jarhead.
You didn't happen to see a girl dropping out of the sky today by any chance?
No, sir. I always wear my ball cap this way, so I'm usually blind as a bat, sir.
Why? I mean, Brian's pretty much on the same thing as me.
Why don't you wear a hat that lets you see?
It's a lumberjack custom to protect our eyes, sir. Keeps the sawdust out on the one hand, and on the other, it keeps the bird doo-doo away when you climb a tree, sir.
What in the good Lord's name can you do for your army if you're half deaf and blind as a bat?
My main task is as a lookout, sir. I used to work as a lumberjack before enlisting, and there's no one in this regiment who can climb a tree as fast as me, sir.
I know this is supposed to be a comedy. I'm putting big fucking air quotes around the word comedy. But why do you exist?
So you climb trees to spy on people? When I see the colonel, I'll have you tried for treason.
You are hilarious, sir. A deaf spy, sir. High treason. Your lady friend must bust her gut with you, sir.
My lady friend?
I meant that girl disguised as a waitress, whose body I couldn't describe without making an indecent comment or two, sir. I'm sure that she's actually an MP, with the mission to weed out soldiers who hit the booze too much, sir.
I'd like to see you climb a tree.
With pleasure. But I need rope to do that, and I don't have any here, sir.
Alright, take me to the camp.
Take me to the camp.
Shoot, sir. I can't. People would be surprised to see a civilian snooping around. Someone would recognize you, and it would mess up your plans, sir.
I was told that nobody would bug me if I came in with Soldier O'Connor.
No, sir. Only Professor Pignon is authorized to enter the camp with me, sir.
Professor Pignon?
Who's Professor Pignon?
I've never seen him, sir. I only know that when he gets here, I'm supposed to drive him to the camp and remain at his orders as long as he's on the island, sir. And I was given a photo. Look.
Which one is he? The monobrow with the wart?
No, sir. The old one is Professor James Simon. Good guy. He retired a year ago, more or less.
So, Pignon is the young one.
Gee, sir. You are sharp tack. I never would have guessed that in my life.
Really not entirely certain if I'm being fucked with here, but alright.
Have you considered I could have you drawn and quartered for giving away confidential info?
You've got me between a rock and a hard place, sir. I'm damned if I lie, and I'm damned if I tell the truth. I'm just a foot soldier who can't compete with your devilish West Point logic, sir.
Okay, I'm definitely being fucked with here.
Do you know how he'll get here?
I guess you'll be tired, sir.
I meant, what mode of transportation will he arrive in?
I don't know, sir. But whether by plane, train, boat, or swimming, you can't deny he'll be tired. Especially if he comes swimming, sir.
let's talk about something else.
As you order, sir.
Return to your position, soldier. And remember, I'm watching you.
At your orders, sir!
Okay.
I can't take it from O'Connor right under his nose. He likes to yell the strangest things.
Alright, so apparently I need to disguise myself as Pignon. Wait, hang on a second. Okay, okay, let's look at a palm tree.
I'd better not get too close. It's full of sap. I'd better not get too close. It's full of sap.
Most trees are full of sap, Brian. This is how trees operate. It's how they move nutrients throughout the fucking plant. Can I grease up the lemur?
That makes no sense.
I don't know. Don't know what you're into.
No, right now I don't know why I would want to do that.
I can go over to the highway. Alright, let's have a little wander over here. Hey, okay, now we're back all the way over here. So I can go back to the hydroplane. I guess. Okay, so just for the sake of trying to figure shit out, so excuse me. Ooh, napkin holder.
It's inspired by the traditional statues of Hawaii. My hands are clean already. Thanks anyway, though.
Alright, fine. Just trying to figure out precisely what the game wants me to do. I think I have to disguise myself as the Doctor. And she knows how to do makeup. The problem is finding all the other shit I'll need.
Hey, Loki Lenny.
What's on your mind, Kaimi?
Let's have a look at I guess I can try and fix shit around here.
You know, I've never ridden a bucking bronco before.
Well, unfortunately, you won't be riding this one either. It's been broken for a long time. I think the last guy to ride it was my ex.
That was Brian, for sure.
No, that was Georgios. He would saddle up and scream, "Hit it, Loki, this one's for you, baby." I would activate the button underneath the bar, and he'd buck back and forth until his perfect little behind was sore. Then I'd turn it off.
Your ex was so dummy thick he busted the fucking Bronco?
Your ex was such a lummox that he busted the bucking bronco?
No, but he came from an island where people jump onto bulls. He would hop on and start doing handstands and backflips. He said it was all a matter of balance and foresight, but it didn't seem that simple.
When did that bucking bronco stop working?
Let me calculate. Since Georgios returned to Greece, let's see. Georgios was the one before Atahualpa. Atahualpa came before Vincenzo. Vincenzo was right before Nanook. And a bit later there was Joao. Then Victor. Then Abbas. Wool. Lars. Sean. Yeah, so I guess it was about 12 or 13 X's ago.
I'm not one to kink shame or slut shame, but damn, girl, you need to find some other hobbies.
Tell me about that movie magic makeover software again.
Grease Paint Pro? Isn't it unbelievable?
Could you use that to make me look like somebody else?
Could you use Grease Paint Pro to make me look like somebody else?
Yeah, but you'd have to bring me a picture of the person you want to look like, and one of yourself.
Why don't you take my picture? I bet you have the latest state-of-the-art digital camera.
Had is the word. That's the only trouble when your boyfriend is a professional thief.
So now we gotta go and fix the fucking tourist
All
photo
you men
thing.
are the same. You're so busy looking at our cleavage, you can't pay attention to what we're saying. So it makes no difference. We can talk about whatever you wish.
I don't mean to be mean here, but you do have a lot of you do have a lot of boyfriends, and then you complain about being objectified by men. I feel there's a double standard at play somewhere there. I just don't necessarily know how to engage with it. Oh, god damn it. Just you do you. I haven't got the energy to judge.
What do you know about that photo stand over there?
Oh, it's just another money pit for tourists that my boss set up.
Yeah, do you have any tokens? I kind of need to get a photograph, as you clearly just understood from the fact that I just asked if I could get my picture taken.
Where can I get my hands on some photo stand tokens? Do you sell them?
No, they normally sell them in the souvenir shop, but since it's closed, if you had a tow truck, you could lift the photo stand platform, because lots of tourists drop coins in the cracks between them, and there they stay until my money-grubbing boss does a full sweep to gather them up.
And why isn't it working?
No, it actually works fine. It's probably just not plugged in.
Okay.
I haven't seen many people around here.
Yeah, the island's population has been reduced to just a few friends of mine. And this guy dressed like a monk who arrived last night. Plus me and the military guys, as you've observed.
Alright, yeah, explain the guy who dresses like a monk. What the fuck is going on there?
Tell me about that guy who looks like a monk.
He must have gotten here last night after I closed up. He hasn't budged all morning and didn't even notice when I went to say hi. Maybe he's deaf, like my ex.
Mikhail?
No, Renee. He was a better man than most. He was deaf as a doorknob, but he could listen so much better than the average male.
Let's get back to the point here anyway.
I suppose you didn't hear any of those soldiers mention a girlfriend of mine who fell into the lake.
Well, well, a girl. And here I was thinking you didn't have a girlfriend.
No, she isn't my girlfriend.
She is absolutely your fucking girlfriend, Brian. Shut the fuck up.
You sure? Look straight into my eyes and tell me she's not your girlfriend. Into my eyes, Kaini. A little bit higher. Higher. There.
Seriously, Brian? You are quite literally not... Oh my god. Yeah, fuck it, she's my cousin. I slam her anyway.
She's my cousin.
You lie worse than my ex.
Charlie?
No, Lopati. A gorgeous Polynesian hunk.
He also was railing his cousin, but that's neither here nor there.
You're wrong. My friend is really a soccer ball, necessary on any worthwhile desert island.
Men. The only time they don't think about balls is when they're playing with them.
That hurt. That actually physically hurt.
She is not my girlfriend.
Well, that's just too bad for her, isn't it? You're a bit of a liar, but an adorable one.
Hey, look! It's a cockatoo impaled on a stake.
Talk about getting off topic.
Right,
Let's talk about something else.
I've
All
been
right.
very briefly
That's the
checking
best
the
you can
guide.
come up
Oh,
with.
shut the fuck
See?
up! Right. Going back to the surf shack. Now, you may recall, this cable is stuck. What do we use to disengage the cable? Fuck you, we're greasing the cable.
Yeah, maybe if I grease the knot, it'll come loose.
Oh, God.
Presto, it's untied. With all that effort to untie it, I'm not leaving it there.
I mean, that was the whole fucking point, Brian. Come on, man. Okay, we have a greasy cable. It really doesn't sound any better the more I talk about it. Let's have a look. Go to Shack. Lucky Bronco. You know what? I'm just going to look at the guide. I hate it when games just kind of flop you into a gigantic location. You've got to try and figure out what the fuck next to do. Okay, apparently I have missed some other stuff. Right, okay, cool. Apparently... Fuck's sake. I want to be able to move the cursor across. Please. Brian, must you be so unnecessarily fucking slow? Come on, come on. Right, apparently...
It's not leaning over as much as most palms in windy areas.
Apparently there's sap somewhere on this tree. Or it could be one of the trees over this way. The guide has said there's sap, and I'm trying to figure out precisely where that's supposed to be. Like, it says it's full of sap.
It's not leaning. What if I fall and crack my head open? I don't want to get stuck up there. I don't want to get...
Okay, so if I just...
No, right now I don't know why.
Put sap in the cigar holder.
No.
So it knows I want to... Alright, you know what? Never mind. Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. No, shit. God, fuck. No, no. Highway. Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep inspecting the island.
What the shit was that? Okay. I don't know what the game is trying to tell me to do now.
I hope I don't...
Okay, so the game is saying something about Knife Cove. I have no fucking idea where Knife Cove is supposed to be. Okay, when you've talked enough, take the drop off the cigar from the ashtray from your feet. Blah, 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 blah. Get the butter. Meet the monk. Get the cable. Need a token. He's waiting for Professor Pignon. He knows how to make chalk too, with plaster, gum, and a test tube. Before you leave, check the new tube. For... Oh, goody! Goody fucking gumdrops. It's one of those. It's one of those fucking puzzles where I have to ask something really specific to then allow me to interact with something else.
It's... His brain works with the precision that nobody...
Alright, O'Connor, please.
Soldier O'Connor.
Please give me the relevant information I need.
Sir, yeah.
Don't you miss your career as a lumberjack?
Especially the red and black plaid shirts, sir. As for the rest, they let me climb trees whenever I want here. So when I get homesick, I scale a phone pole and makes me feel better, sir.
I'd like to see you climb a tree.
With pleasure.
So you... When I...
You're...
My late...
I meant who's... I'm sure...
There's something else I want...
My ignorance is...
Give me the photo.
I want you to give me the photo of Professor Pignon.
Shoot, sir. If I gave it to you, I wouldn't recognize him when he gets here. So I'd be going against the orders the Colonel gave me. And as far as disobeying someone, I'd rather it be you, who I hardly know, sir.
I just want...
Could you show...
With...
I just want to figure out what to do next.
Did I tell you I have to escort him to the camp as soon as he arrives, sir?
Yeah. Thanks, soldier.
Uh,
Let's talk...
As you...
Return to your...
At your...
I don't fucking know what to do now. Like, unless I am missing something absolutely fucking critical here. Surfer Cove, talk to Knife, ask all questions, he won't loan you his boat yet. Who the fuck is that guy, and where the fuck is he? Right, back to Luana Beach, back to here. You, get the...
I don't know if she's...
Fucking... Come on, move, move, move.
Loki Lonnie.
Just get over here. We don't need the unnecessary long fucking animation every time as well, guys. Come on.
Oh, sorry. What can I...
No.
Okay, okay. Ba 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 ba.
I have...
Yeah, plus...
When did I evacuate you and your friends?
Why didn't they...
They let me stay a few days longer. Colonel's orders. I don't know why, though. And my two friends stayed because Knife took Kai for a ride in his motorboat.
There we
so
fucking
the military
go!
guys
God
didn't find
damn
them
it!
Until they got back.
Okay, tell me about these two fucking mission-critical NPCs I did not know about until I selected one really specific dialogue option.
Talk to me about your friend Kai.
The poor thing lost his leg to a shark. But he's still the best surfer Mala Island has ever seen. And he comes from a long line of amazing witch doctors. His grandfather, the last kahuna in the family saga, even had his own TV show.
And Knife.
Tell me about Knife.
He goes for the heart-stopping excitement, but he's fickle. Every once in a while, he gets obsessed with a new hobby. Right now, it's surfing, and that's all he thinks about. Lately, the waves around here have been smaller than in a kiddie pool, so he spends the day island hopping in his speedboat in search of killer waves. Oh, and then there's Koala, his son, but you'd better just meet him for yourself.
Where can I find your friends?
They live together at Alawala Cove. If you want to meet them, just follow the highway toward the northeast, and you'll come across their hut. I recommend it as a day trip. It's a lovely spot. Some people think Tiki Temple ruins are prettier, but since they're in the militarized zone, visits are out of the question.
Let's talk.
See?
I'll try to find that cove Lokilani told me about. Maybe her friends can help me out.
There we go.
Well, unless I'm lost, this must be them. And I'm willing to bet the guy with the surfboard is Knife. I'm gonna go check it out.
Well, hello there.
Hey, you're Knife, right?
Sure am, mate. Have we met?
Actually, I haven't, but I've heard about you.
Gnarly, mate. My fame back at the University of California remains. I'm not surprised, though. After so many years trying to finish school, even the professors know me.
No, Lokilani's the one who mentioned you.
Lokilani's one hot babe, eh? She's like totally for my bones, mate. But don't tell Kai or he'll go aggro.
Okay. Hey, I haven't introduced myself. My name is...
I heard that, bro. You just told Brian that Lokelani thinks you're the kind, and no one's gonna swallow that, bro.
He is like totally full of himself sometimes. He thinks the fact that some shark chowed down on his paw is enough to impress a Betty like, wait, what did Lokelani say about me?
Not much. She just said you're crazy about surfing.
How could I not? I was born in Byron Bay.
Where?
Byron Bay, in Australia, mate. The place with the bitchinest airs on the planet, buddy boy. Thing is, when I was a kid, I didn't like surfing. I was all into underwater diving. California's where I got all hyped on surfing, but crikey, over there in Cali, it's majorly packed. You know you gotta reserve a wave at least 2 days in advance?
No, I didn't. Hard to believe.
I'm telling you, and don't think that means you get to ride it alone. Nah, they rent it out to so many mates at once you feel like you're surfing in a public toilet.
So, of course you decided to come here for the peace and quiet.
For Kai, too. When I was a freshman in Surf and Sciences, I saw him do a demo in a video. And he was so gnarly that I dropped out of college to become his student. Kai rules, mate. People say he's a bum just because he spends 16 hours a day resting. But all the masters have to meditate.
I guess that video was recorded before he lost his leg, right?
Negative, mate. The most awesome thing is that his mastery is greater with that iron leg than most people with... Hey, you're not trying to get him to give you classes, are you?
Don't worry, surfing's not my thing.
You're not into surfing? Whoa, what's up with that? I knew there were some freaks out there, but... So, what brings you to Mola, then?
Well, now that I can get a fucking word in edgeways, maybe I could get back to what I was trying to do. Seems weird to me that you have a son! Oh! Bit fucking cutting, holy shit.
Before, you said you studied surfing at the university.
Full on, mate. Since people spent all day on the beach and the classrooms were empty, the uni decided to dream up some more interesting majors and the students were majorly stoked. It was mythical, mate. I, for instance, signed up for 14 different majors. From skating sciences to applied Tai Chi, plus adventure sports theory and practicum and California punk aesthetics. I didn't go to class much, but it was cool to say your major was one of those rad subjects.
I feel like you fundamentally misunderstood the structure of the education system, but you know what? You had fun, and that's the important thing. That and the crippling student debt.
Lokilani told me you have a motorboat.
Lokilani's a sweet babe, ain't she? So what about the motorboat?
I think you used the motorboat to look for waves on the nearby islands.
No, that was before. The guys in green told me they'll whip out their guns and shoot me if I use it. They must hate surfing so much that one of them says he wants to fly over the beach in a helicopter while I'm surfing. And use me for target practice. People are just totally wacko.
Yeah, the more I hear about these military guys, the more I'm starting to think they are either chronically undertrained and unprofessional, or just straight up not US military and this is some kind of massive stunt.
Could I borrow your motorboat?
My regrets, mate. If those army thugs catch you, they'll rough you up and leave me boatless. Then forget looking for waves, cars, classes, and everything surfing means. Plus, just this morning I tuned it up, and I don't want you screwing it up.
That's absolutely fair, actually.
What does everything surfing means stand for, if I may ask?
Mate, surfing is a philosophy of life. On the one hand, it forces you to let yourself get carried away by the currents of nature. And on the other, it makes you control the situation so you won't wipe out. To achieve that, which is the essence of surfing, you just need two things: balance and foresight. 3 days, mate. 3 days without riding a wave.
Balance and... Hold on a minute, Knife. We'll talk later.
All right, mate. You're in charge. Hey, do me a favor. Don't go into my hut, 'cause my kid's in there flipping out with a console I picked up while we were having breakfast at Lokelani's. And now that he's quiet for once, we better just leave him alone, in case he decides to come out and ruin this peaceful moment.
Fair enough.
Balance and foresight. Those are the exact words Lokelani used when she mentioned the bucking bronco. If I can convince him that he can practice surfing on it, then maybe he'll lend me his motorboat. The bad thing is that Lokelani says it hasn't been working for a long time.
At least the game is nice and clear in how it's applying its bullshit logic. I see rope. Give me rope.
Sure. I doubt Knife would mind. It's a good rope. Seems strong.
Well, at least that's one thing I can use. Ooh, a plastic bottle. Wanted to clean up the beach while I'm here.
Perfect complexion ink, talcum powder. I might need it. I don't know why they say talcum powder smells like babies. To me, it smells like talcum powder.
That's because you make it from ground up babies. I thought this would be fairly obvious, but alright, fine. Also, that's a pretty rad looking sand turtle.
It's sad to think it'll wash away when the tide comes in.
Alright, so we're going to have a chat with Kai. What's up, dude?
It's a bit imposing to know he comes from a long line of witch doctors.
Only imposing if you find that to be a negative attribute.
Something happened before, and I just don't get it. While I was talking with Knife, Kai called me by my name, but I'd swear I never mentioned it. I'll go ask him about it.